Hello, welcome back to the Hair Impact podcast and TV. My name is Cosandia, for those who haven't heard me or seen me before. And if you have seen the previous episode, it was about one scientist in air quality. So I'm inspired for these episodes to talk about a very big event that a lot of people die, and it was featuring the Crown series, season 1, episode 4, named Act of God. It was about the Great Smog of London in 1952. So we're going to talk about 10 true facts that occurred that time. Fact number 1 is that this Great Smog, as they call it, occurred in December from 5 to 9th of December 1952. And because of that incident in UK, 4 years after that, they voted the Clean Air Act in order to protect people's health. Fact number 2, because this deadly fog occur of the weather conditions and also the pollutants that were gathering in the air. So they causes these two factors, this very dense fog, which had caused problems in the health of the people. The pollutants went to the atmosphere because the people burn coal. And because it was very cold of the weather, people burn much more coal than before. So they make the event even worse. Fact number 3, this event happened because people burn low quality coal. The high quality coal was exported in the UK. Now remember, 1952, it was after World War II. So UK had a problem with their economy, so that's why they export the high quality and they consume the low quality coal. Fact number 4. So this was the worst fog event, the worst smog. London had a very previous experience with fogs, but this was the worst because it was very dense. It was the high density they experienced. It was so dense that you couldn't see in a few meters from you. That's why it was the worst from the visibility aspect of it. Number 5 fact. Because of that density, it was low visibility. So the public transportation, they were still at the end. They couldn't move. So they had the people couldn't use buses, airplanes, whatever. And also the ambulance services were affected. So people couldn't go to the hospitals. They had to, with the ambulance, they had to walk to the hospital at the end. And other outdoors activities like sports, they had to cancel those also. Real fact number 6, the indoor air also was affected. Like the cinemas, for example, they had to cancel the screens because it was so dense that people couldn't see the screens. Real fact number 7. So from the health aspects, it was very difficult. People suffer from respiratory system illness, like the lungs were affected. But even they have problems, the people weren't panicking because nobody came in the media, the press, the government. Nobody told them about this. This is a health issues. And that's why it's very important for government to take action in these issues. But then they didn't know, so they didn't act. They considered it not an emergency. Real fact number 8, a lot of people die from lung infections. And initially they thought it was only 4,000. And I'm not using only, but this word lightly. But at the end they encountered, now we know it is about 10,000 people die, more than 10,000, about 12 actually. And the reason that initially they thought it was only 4,000 is because they thought people died from influenza, but it wasn't the case at the end. And 100,000 people it was infected. So at least a lot, all of them died, which is good. But 100,000 got sick is a very big number. And the worst, the victims, of course, 12,000 people that die. Real fact number 9, the color, it was a bit different than the fog we know. It was yellowish black, and it smells horribly. It smells this chemical smell. And because the smell and the color, because of the sulfur acid that was in the atmosphere, that was the pollutant that were killing the people. A final fact, number 10. So from 1952, we had to reach 2016 for experts to know what caused this event, what caused so many deaths, 12,000 deaths. And in 2016, about 65 years after, a global team of experts gathered and then discovered the mystery that the sulfur acid actually, how the sulfur acid went to the air. And the discovery is because of the coal. They were burning coal, and that's why the sulfur acid went to the air. So this event is very fascinating. If you see the episode, you see the fog, you see the government that didn't consider it as an emergency. You see the people in the hospital that are sick. And there's also a book, if you're interested to read more about it, it's called Death in the Air. I will have the link in the post for you if you would like to see it more. It's about this event, but also a serial killer. So it's about novel, but with true facts. So thank you for listening and watching again. Until the next time, goodbye. Bye. Hello.